Welcome to the 5 p.m. Thursday call. This is Dave Webb. I'm joined by Deidre Howard. Deidre, say hello. They'll see you in a minute, but say hello.
Hello.
And we are ready to start. We're talking about the opportunity within BeneYOU. We're excited for what's available here. We have some great information, so we're glad you're with us. We appreciate you joining us. This is a weekly call about the opportunity. We also love to hear from people joining us on the Monday evening product call, the Tuesday corporate call, and this is the Thursday corporate opportunity call, where we bring in special guests and honored visitors who are living the life and experiencing BeneYOU in the best way possible. And so we're happy to have Deidre here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to do a quick setup of why this industry is the greatness that I believe it is. I'm talking from a man with vast years of experience. You saw the gray in my beard, perhaps at some point, and the baldness in my head. Those are experience markers. And in that time of experience, I've come to appreciate and recognize a lot of the strengths that come from this industry. So I want to start by talking about some stats. These are the realities of today. 90% of Americans today, per studies, can't afford a $400 emergency without breaking out a credit card. 90%. That's a staggering stat. Now, when you talk about credit cards, you instantly run into the second half of the problem. And I will say convenience is a problem. That's the first half of the problem. The second half is what you're left with after you've used the credit card, because it's so convenient, it becomes simple to hold on to and to use, and to basically, it becomes a crutch. It becomes something that you are more attuned to using rather than exercising the discipline. And again, this gray hair and no hair experience are from years of not having had discipline before my wife found me and made an honest man out of me. But this statistic is also staggering. The average household credit card debt throughout the US is over $8,000. That is a carrying ongoing balance of $8,300. And that again is counting literally the 128 million households are carrying a combined collective debt of over $1.05 trillion. So the math equals out to over $8,000 assigned to a household. So what happens? You pay the minimum. Again, the convenience comes back. Oh, I can get that $1,000 thing because it's only going to cost me $8 a month. Or I can get that, $300 Xbox and it's only going to cost me $1.75 a day. We tell ourselves these little things. So what happens when we do that minimum? Because the credit card company makes it really simple to keep taking our money for a little bit of time. How much time? If you pay just the minimums on that $8,300 debt, this is not everybody. I know people who have in the tens of thousands of dollars of debt, and some people certainly have less. But with an average credit card debt of $8,300, and if you just pay the minimums on that credit card debt, it will take you 39 years. And you will pay over $22,000 to get rid of that $8,300 debt. It's not criminal because we allow it. And in some cases, we just agree to it and we sign on to it. But that is a staggering statistic. That should be something that gives everybody a splash of cold water in the face. Now, look back from about 10 or 11 years ago, the housing crash, the home foreclosures that happened in 2008 when the biggest downer really hit. It was established not long afterward that 90% of those home foreclosures could have been averted if they had properly applied about $500 per month.
It's not much.
That is not much. This is an industry that is not very proud of the humble greatness that it offers. We always look at and are impressed by people who can earn $10,000 a month and $25,000 and $30,000 and $50,000 a month. These are amounts that are happening. They are happening within BeneYOU. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're talking about what are the simple, basic steps that people can take to give themselves a measure of freedom. So we've always talked about, what would you do if you had freedom? And I've had these in my head forever. I would buy this car, I would go on this vacation, and I would like this vacation home. Those are the things that I would think of when I envision freedom. But true freedom comes from being able to decide what I want to do when I want to do it. And you realize after the toys part of it, after the I want to purchase this thing and I want to have this stuff and I want to go to this place, you realize what really matters is what you can do with and for people. People will always
Yes.
matter most. And
That's
so
right.
we're very proud of something we offer here at BeneYOU, and I'll come to there. But we're talking about looking for a solution that is accessible to everyone. Not everyone has a rich Aunt Deidre who can just swoop in and make life.
Save the day.
I'm teasing. She knows I'm teasing. But we don't just have, the lottery. I saw a great thing. We lived in Idaho for a minute. And there was I think it was a pharmacy, a homegrown pharmacy, and they would put nice little sayings up on their wall every couple of days. And one of my favorite ones was, "The lottery is a tax on people who are bad at math." And I thought, oh my goodness,
That's
I
good.
remember being enticed by those big numbers and tens of millions and hundreds of millions, but one person can win that, or 2 or 12 or something ridiculous. But 100 million are going to play,
Right.
and they're going to put money down, and then they're going to think, oh, what if I had 5 out of 6 numbers? That is not accessible to everyone. That is not a plan. That is not a strategy. So we want to talk about something that we can offer people that can make sense, that will help, that will legitimately help. And we want to do it in a way that is accessible to everyone. So here's a quick look at the statistics for where we are, which is what is called the direct selling world. And according to the Worldwide Federation of Direct Selling Associations, the industry generated about $190 billion a couple of years ago. This is worldwide. And around the world, 116 million people are involved at some level, whether purchasing, using, building a business, hoping to build a business, strategizing about building a business, in some way with direct selling. And within just the US, you can see the stats at the bottom, almost 19 million people are involved. All 50 states are represented, plus Puerto Rico. And it has generated sales in the US of almost $35 billion. That was in just the calendar year of 2017. There will be updated stats as we get them, and we'll share those with you. But this is validating this as an industry. And you go back, I'm going to say, with your 31 years of age, you have been involved
since I was 3
in the industry for a little bit, but you have that experience where you have seen it help. And I'm going to hit Deidre up for specific examples, because I don't want you to hear it from the corporate guy. Of course, I'm going to say something wonderful about the industry and about the company, because that's my function, that's my role. But Deidre and I, we both know the people that this is happening to, so she has graciously accepted the invitation to come and share some of those with us. So when we talk about BeneYOU, we're talking about the joining of 3 brands. And the images represented on screen may or may not be familiar to some of you. You may have known about 1 or 2 of them. And again, we're talking with people who don't have a full invested introduction to who BeneYOU is or has been or where we've come from. So we're saying that where we've come from was a company on the left is represented by that M, which was the M hydration sticks. That was the foundation of the company. We expanded into some personal care and a great product called Reveal that we'll talk about in a minute. But great hydration sticks, targeted nutrition that help the world be better hydrated. Chronically, in the US particularly, 75% or more of us just don't drink enough water in a day. And so that was a statistic that is alarming, and we wanted to look at how to help that be better. The middle logo there, the icon, represents Jamberry, one of the world foundational leaders in beauty, with their nail wraps, the vinyl nail wraps that came out. I think they would have celebrated 9 years this summer. We came across a beautiful opportunity to join forces with Jamberry and did so last summer. And we have found that their passion and their energy and their drive for helping each other look great and feel great is unmatched. It's a great atmosphere to be a part of. And the third level is that the A on the far right, that represents a brand called Avicet, which is known internationally as the strongest gut health company. And that I'm still, again, I'm in my mid to late, I'll say 50s, but it really is harsh 50s. It's real. But in my time, I cannot quite get used to just saying gut health, because gut sounds like, you punch somebody in the gut, or I hate your guts, or I love your guts, you're such an awesome person. When you say gut health, that really is the foundation of wellness.
That's right. And
it has much more broad-reaching effects than just the health of your physical being. There are also emotional facets attached to it. And Avicet was the world leader in gut health, and we've got great product formulations and great things to share. The Love Your Gut Challenge. We invite you, if you get a chance, to check out loveyourgutchallenge.com. There are great options happening for wellness and beauty and purpose. And that's something that we're very proud of here. And we have focused specifically on wellness, beauty, and purpose. Now, that beautiful graphic right there is not just something that we get to share on our screen. That's something we get to look at every day. We walk in our building, we walk up these stairs, and those three pillars shout out to us. Hey guys, focus. This is what we're working on. We want people to look and feel, we want them to feel well, to have wellness, to be healthy. We want them to have beauty and to feel like they are beautiful and contributing to themselves and building their self-esteem and the self-esteem of others. And we want everyone to feel a purpose. And it depends who you are and what your phase of life is, your purpose will change. It could change day to day. It will change depending on who you talk to.
Right.
At 9 a.m., you might have a call with someone and realize, oh, I really have got to help that person. Here's what I'm going to offer. And by 3:30 p.m., somebody else comes in and your purpose can change. And you want to offer something that will help that person through whatever it is they're experiencing. Again, emotional, physical, financial, mental, a lot of different options there. But these are our three pillars that we focus on, and our products and our offerings and our events and our atmospheres, all of them need to contribute in some way to at least one of those three, hopefully to all three. So what is the power of this purpose? These are things that we make available and why. Personalized nutrition, personalized beauty, personal development, and the proof of concept comes from what those three brands have already represented in our short years of existence. Again, Jamberry with almost 9 years, Avocet with a little more than, I want to say 6.5 or 7, and what had been M Global before, just now completing 2 years of existence. Combined, we have achieved over $1 billion in retail sales. We are in 16 international markets. We have great field leadership. The corporate staff has been around for, I mean, it's longer than we want to care to admit, I'm afraid, because that just means we're old, but it means we're experienced and we're passionate and we love what we do, or we wouldn't keep doing it. Yeah. And the name of the company is BeneYOU, which has its roots in benefit, beneficial, wellness. It's the Latin root for wellness. And we want to improve ourselves and to make ourselves better with you as the focus, the capital Y, capital O, capital U. So when we talk about the Bene YOU Commission plan, this is the way that we have turned this into a home-based business. And these are elements that you can employ 1, 2, 7, 8, however many you want to have a successful business experience. And these are listed out. I don't need, well, I do need to, but we don't want to take the time. We're trying to wrap this up within about 25 minutes this afternoon. We really appreciate you being with us. But take a look at those options. We'll go through a couple of them so you can know broadly what it's like. If someone has invited you to watch this call, whether you're watching it live with us on Thursday afternoon, or you've found the link on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, or you've watched it in social media, or someone has shared it with you through their app, whatever it is, these are the things that are available to you. That person should be able to help you out. And if that person can't, and that person also would like information and education, we have a toll-free support group that is available 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday here in Utah. And that number is 855-750-9937. Why I don't have that on the screen is a mystery to me. And I hope people can write that down. We'll be sure to try to remember to repeat it at the end of the call. But again, it's 855-750-9937. Now, really quickly, talking about the nutrition angle. Look at these bullet points quickly. We don't want to go over each one. This is just a snapshot of the 3 or 4, well, it's 4 now, products that are available right now among the I'm going to say dozens of wellness products, thousands of beauty products when you count each of the individual nail wraps available. But these are the things we focus on. These are the things that we know have a positive effect on being well, on taking care of our physical bodies, which leads to emotional wellness at the same time. So this is personalized nutrition. The Love Your Gut line. These are the things that Avocet has brought in with the Digest Well. That is my personal favorite. I know pre and probiotics is, and I'll give you my quick anecdote about why Digest Well is, if I can keep it nice and tidy for the folks. But pre and probiotics is a huge benefit as well. Yes. But the far right, Digest Well, that is called chewable enzymes, and it really does help your body digest food better. And my body, in my declining years, that's not true. I'm I'm coming up. Declining is still 20 years away. Should we say that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
But in my advanced years, let's just say.
Your seasoned.
My seasonedness is being evidenced in some of my eating habits and in my digestive habits. And Digest Well has made a huge difference.
And it's immediate.
It is immediate.
That's what's great about it.
And one of the good things that I love is that I could not eat spicy cashews that I make with a harissa sauce, butter, and cashews that I roast on the pan.
Mm-hmm.
It is so tasty, but it got to where I could eat maximum of 2 or 3, literally in a day. And years ago, I would eat 2 or 3 cups in a day. They're so tasty. But Digest Well was introduced to me, and I thought, well, I'll give that a shot. Guess what, folks? All the negative side effects of spicy harissa cashews have disappeared. So that's a rousing testimonial for the power of the Love Your Gut products. Energy and focus. These are phenomenal. These are some great background pieces. The Go energy drink, represented in the upper left-hand box. This is something, and I'll just do a quick throw out to a shout out to that product. This is something that has no calories, has no jitters, no crash. It's natural caffeine, so your body processes it like a food, not like an additive substance. So if you've had, and I won't mention the brand names, but there are some crazy named and very aggressive looking packaging for cans of beverage that
have names of colors.
Yes, and the color of the product, and it's you've chosen a lifestyle, and it's a screaming rock and roll lifestyle. Those things make you feel like the can looks. And to me, that gets me edgy and I get a little nervous. But with Go, it's a smooth, even energy that I feel. I feel upbeat, I feel positive, but I'm not on edge.
I've seen on too much caffeine. It's pretty.
Thank you, Deidre.
Yeah, so
that's
blessed.
another validation for Go.
It's true.
Thank you. That's so true. Weight management is a great opportunity here. Trim and Burn are the 2 products that came from M. We have great products called Reduce and Activate that have come over from Abasay, but these are options that are available. Again, very reasonably, not again, because I haven't said it yet, very reasonably priced. We're not trying to make money on a crazy price of a product that people have to get addicted to. We want to make money on people who are passionate about what they feel when they consume our products, when they apply our products, and when they share our products. That's how this company is going to be successful. And why it is successful, because people are doing it from a positive mental aspect instead of from a sense of panic or fear or desperation.
Very organic.
It is very organic. That's a great word. I love that word. Here are some of the results that have shown up from people who have used Burn and Trim and Reduce and Activate. And they're legitimate. These are real people, real brave people who put themselves out there.
Right.
I have a couple of before pictures of my own that I didn't even want my wife to see because I don't want her to realize what she married. But bless the souls of these people who have said, and the results are right there. Britt lost 97 pounds in a year. Mary lost 61 pounds in 90 days. Sharon, 30 pounds in the same time frame. Greg, 40 pounds. These are real people with real results. Now, this is what we have that we can show on this screen. You've seen the website.
So many more.
They scroll through. People just have
you can spend
phenomenal. That's
whole
it.
day.
You really can. Nootropics. This is something that really deserves its own product training call.
Yeah.
But this is a study. Nootropics, I think people wanted to believe, including myself, that it involved going to the islands. It does not. It does not involve that kind of tropics.
It tastes a little bit like
it. Tastes like it. That's true. We've got a little bit of citric paradise flavor in there. But the nootropics is really based on a study out of Greece that has been picked up by NASA and by major institutions here in the US and Canada and in Europe that is focused on the wellness of the brain, the ability of the brain to recover some of the loss, whether in memory and focus and concentration, but for the building up of the brain. So just as a quick example, they had something that the Silicon Valley people kind of took credit for a few years ago that they called bullet coffee. Because caffeine, being the strength that it has, they added a dollop of butter to coffee, and they called it bullet coffee. Well, that's because the fat within the butter helped the caffeine in the coffee reach your system, and here specifically the neurologic system, so that you felt bulletproof, and you felt, I am on it today, and they were wired, and then they realized after you're wired, what happens? You have a crash. And so we have been focused very heavily on not having that crash happen. But that's what nootropics represent. So it's the study to help the brain maximize its function, and in a lot of cases to regain some of its function once again you hit advanced
When you
years.
take nutrition, it does not necessarily mean your brain is going to get it. There's a special way your brain gets fed.
Right.
And so just because you're taking something, if it's not done a particular way, doesn't mean the brain's getting it. These here are focused to make sure the brain gets taken care of.
So if I'm looking at SMART, the box there in the middle, I can't rub that onto my palms? And
No.
Okay, so you're saying there's purpose to how we're doing things.
Purpose.
Love it.
That's one of our 3.
That's a great way to put it. Thank you for that. And again, these are all products that are an introduction to an area of products that we offer. This is by no means a comprehensive listing of what we offer and how they work. Again, that toll-free number will help you with everything you need to know.
You didn't mention libido, but we can just...
Clicking right on. Thank you. Personalized beauty. That's another angle that we're very proud of. This is something that the Jamberry sisters, it was Christy, Lindsay, and Carrie who started that incredible company a few years ago. And they focused on the things that they knew meant a lot to them. And that means no toxins, has to be simple to use, simple to share, and not be ridiculously expensive. And it was their brainstorm when they came out of going to a manicure shop. And my wife won't tell me what those cost.
Hundreds.
Really?
Yeah, when I take my 3 girls and we're 120, 150 out pretty easily.
Okay. Okay. Well, here is an option that becomes available for just $15 for a full 10-finger manicure or pedicure.
And if you have 11 fingers, there's an extra one in there.
Is there something about the Howard the Water in Montana that we need to be aware of? Okay. But no, you're right. There are plenty to use. And really on the ball, Heather Webster is our product manager, who evaluates and helps us release the new designs. We've got contracted designers who help us design exclusive wraps just for us, only available through us, and the quality is off the charts. They look fantastic. So here, Deidre is going to have a moment of the angels singing. This is the first release of this particular product shot of Reveal.
The picture's so nice.
Isn't that a beautiful picture?
That.
Our man Paul Barlow, in charge of design, made that look, well, you made the product work great. And those are the 8 steps that we're replacing on the left. I'll run through them quickly, and then we have another page to show some results. Cleanser, toner, exfoliator, brightener, pore minimizer, hydrator, makeup primer, and age defier, all in one. Now, we don't, again, this has had a number of trainings specifically dedicated to it because there's so much information there. All natural, all phenomenal, all top shelf ingredients.
And they can find out about that on Facebook.
You're right, moving right along.
Yes.
Here is a quick example of some of the benefits that people have experienced from using Reveal. And my favorite to look at, probably because it's just not as gross, is the tattoos on the bottom right.
But there's no faces. So
No,
yeah, there's no facial. This is all everything besides the face. It's interesting.
You're right. But we're just showing what, like this result right now.
It does a lot of other things to the body besides just the face. Yes.
But that brightening of the tattoo down there, that's after one application.
I'm telling you, people will let you put product on their bodies when they should not, because it does such a great job. They're like, do you mind? Pretty soon there's,
we officially recommend that they apply it to themselves.
Yes, we do. So just hand it over. They can do a great job.
But look what we're talking about, saving roughly $120 plus for average drugstore prices. Now, you know that there are specialized units that cost more that aren't as high quality. I mean, you can find them with a lot of specific brand names. What is the price of the Reveal right now?
Retail $49.95.
Retail. That's already about half of what you would spend if you tried to break out all the products.
And it is salon quality. So there's many salons and spas and tattoo parlors that have the product and sell it. So it's a salon quality product at a drugstore price.
Yeah, beautiful. So jumping into the benefit of how we pay commissions and how it is to build a business. You just mentioned that there are areas that are selling Reveal.
Yes.
How can that be? We're a direct sales company. I thought that was not allowed.
We're so flexible.
Guess what? We are flexible.
We are super
We want it to be available. So here are some quick stats that are available. Not stats really, but if you do a business building activity, you will earn commissions that month. If that's enrolling someone, bringing on a new customer, helping someone make a purchase from your website or from a retail site, or from hosting an event, or from having people get together at your home. If you do a business building activity, you will earn commissions. It's not a hidden secret, a mystery, it's built right in. Now that true retail, bullet point number 2, true retail business model is available. That really is kind of unheard of in the industry. We build it to be retail competitive. So when you say a tube of Reveal retail price is $49.95, that means it costs less for them to get it for themselves. So it's $44.95. They're saving automatically 10%.
$39.
Is it down to, wow. That's right. I was looking at the wrong thing in my head.
$39.95.
It's a 20% discount. But it's a great product. It has multiple uses and multiple applications. But if you want to have a retail presence somewhere, and like you say, you can go to anyone who deals with the skin. If it's a tattoo parlor, if it's a spa, if it's a chiropractor's office, if it's a nail salon, wherever you go, people can look at that as an opportunity to. And one of my favorite phrases, one of my friends, Dennis Ligon, our friend and everyone's, he talks about building out revenue per square foot.
Right.
And if you don't have to add square footage to your building or to your store or to your tent or your cart, if you can have the same square footage but increase revenue per square footage, that's the golden ticket. That's what people want to concentrate on.
And selling a tube of Reveal is very exciting, but using Reveal in the services at the salons is where the big money is.
Yeah.
And that's when they get excited and they find out there's $300 or $400 worth of profit in one tube of Reveal.
Yeah.
They go, okay, it's a true retail model. It's not just a gimmick thing.
Yep, exactly. So the personal store, this is where you have what you have as a store and people can purchase from you, and they can go to your website. They can just go and just by entering your name or your ID number, if you have that available for them, you earn money from it. You get retail profit if someone buys from your store. Whatever you pay, you get the difference between wholesale, which is what you paid, and what they paid when they bought it at retail. The residual income, whenever anyone buys from your store, you can earn between 10 and 30%. And 30% is a little misleading because you can actually earn more. And I'll show you that in a second too. These are sales points. This is how we recognize volume and tabulate volume. When you have a sale in a week of between 0 and 149 sales points, you get 10% commissions on those sales. Now that goes up depending on how much you have in a week, but look at that last part of that statement at the top. It's cumulative over a month. So in your first 3 weeks, what if you only have 210 points of sales volume? Then you're planning on 15% commission. Still not bad. But in that last week, what if you all of a sudden get another 500 sales points? Guess what you just did? You get the full 20 points or 20 percentage points back in commissions, but we're going to make it retroactive for the first 3 weeks that you had, and we're going to count that 20% to help you boost your total earnings for that month based on where you finished the month. And there are some great stats down there. If you go even over 1,500 points in a month, and this is not like an outlier, like that doesn't happen and we wish people would do it.
Right.
It's happening. People are doing it. They're having 2,000 and 3,000 points in a month, and they're earning 30% on those sales. So that's, again, these are things we're telling you quickly. We really want you to ask more questions. We want you to find out how to find out more. So talking about building teams, this is a great way to build a business. It's something that we want to encourage people to do because you get to choose how you spend your time and people with whom you will spend your time. And that's when we get to introduce Deidre Howard. She is the Reveal formulator, the inventor of the product, and she's the legend within the industry, obviously, because it says so on our screen. And I don't put lies. I don't put lies on my screen. So Deidre, let's talk specifically about the business building aspect. We led off the whole discussion talking about credit card debt and kind of the pit that it can be, the nightmare that you get into where you don't have any freedom if someone else owns something that you have to give them.
Right.
So tell me some examples of people that you know. You don't have to mention names, but if you'd like to, first names sometimes, whatever's comfortable.
Yeah. So dental work, that might not sound like a big deal, right? But anymore, even with good insurance, even if you do have a job with good insurance, that does not mean you have dental coverage. Yeah. And so to be able to go and replace 3 or 4 teeth that have been pulled for over 2-3 years, for me to be able to help somebody do that, write it down, figure out how much is it going to cost, and then put the goal down to help them reach that. If somebody says, how much do you make in this business? He got his dental work done. That's exciting to me.
That's awesome.
Another couple that never done anything like this before just threw themselves into it and trusted my husband and I. And they lived in a single wide trailer. and they wanted to upgrade to a double wide. Now, some people might say, well, why not just get a house? They wanted a double wide trailer. And to help them make $80,000 their first year in business is something that is, now they've worked hard, but to have the opportunity to support people and give them the flexibility that they can do it their way. They don't have to be a Deidre, they don't have to be a Dave, they don't have to be a Connie or a Dennis. They can be themselves because we have such great flexibility. And then I'll mention one more, and that is a college student. And I have a college student right now, so this means more to me than it even did when it was happening. Did you know they sell their plasma a lot to make? Yeah, so that's a thing, okay. So as small as it may sound, to be able to take the reveal, because there's $10 between wholesale and retail, and to have a college student that's able to sell that and make $10 every time they do and get just a few customers, she doesn't have to sell her plasma anymore. And so she's able to have food money while she's going to school. That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, yep.
And so it's like we see here, it's about laying your head down at night, at least for me. Freedom is, when you're younger, I think for me, when I was younger, it was more like stuff, like what I could have, and been there, done that, right? Now it's, I just want to lay my head down at night and feel at peace, because I know that my life is in order and I'm helping others to succeed. And that is freedom to me. Even if I lived in a little box, it wouldn't matter to me. I would be happy because I'm at peace and I'm helping others do the same.
Very well said. Thank you for sharing those anecdotes. And you mentioned something about why wouldn't they just want a house? Going back to the couple who wanted a double wide trailer. One of the pitfalls that we can fall into is wanting something more for someone than they might want for themselves. And so we don't get to decide what someone else's dream is. I have a friend who was talking about we had a company where I worked before where we had a car program. And the person said, this is my dream car. And another friend tried to talk them out of it. You don't want that. You could get this. And it took about 5 minutes before the person said, oh, wait a second, your dream car.
Right.
You get to decide. You're right. I support you 100%. And so the idea of helping people reach what they want, and again, it doesn't have to be $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 a month. That's a great dream. But to go from someone's belief perspective of, I don't make anything from BeneYOU right now. I can't picture myself making $10,000 in a month. That's too big of a leap. But you can say, how can we help you earn $110 a month or $300 a month? Can you picture what would $610 extra a month do for you and your household? Those are realistic, achievable, reachable. Gosh, that feels like it's right around the corner. How can I do that? Those are the elements that we're talking about. So the residual pay, again, these are quick overviews. I've gone way past my time. I tend to speak much and say little. So I apologize for continuing.
I tried to hurry.
You were great. No, it's the Dave fault that we're having right now. But these are great ways to earn money, to help people open their store, to increase revenue streams within your household just by putting a little bit of extra time and effort into it. We don't ever say, quit your job and do this full time, because we want you to have a great experience where you are. If you can get to a position in someday, if you start tonight and you sign up and you say, those products sound great, the opportunity sounds terrific, I like the people that have been introduced to me, I want to make a go of this thing, give yourself a target of when you want to have a thing checked off. I would like to earn $100. The person who talked to you about this can tell you how to do that. If you say, I'd like to get a car payment, maybe it's a $300 car payment, or a down payment for a house, or putting kids through school, or helping sponsor a village to get clean water. A lot of options are out there. You decide what that dream is, and then talk to the person who invited you. Talk to us here. We're happy to help you through it. The same thing. Again, I don't want to go into the bullets and the details about what all this means. This just says there are great ways to earn money and to get paid if you keep sharing the information. Leadership bonus is a great opportunity because we take 5% of the global sales volume, and we share that among leaders who have earned at least $25,000 in team sales and 500 personal store points each month. That is shared with that 5%, or that 5% volume is shared among those leaders. It's a great way to earn income. I'm going to not hit too heavy on standard compression versus dynamic compression, because the idea is We really just want people to have access to the most possible income that they can get. And we do that by making this compression available to them.
All the money goes to the field.
That's it. We have to pay out. We have to pay out the percentage that we do.
That's right.
The plan is built to pay 50% of what we earn.
Period.
And it has to go. And so it's possible, we say you can earn on 11 levels. I know people who are earning on 111 levels
for sure,
because of compression.
Yep.
And the dynamic compression. So you are earning more than conceivably one might have to pay you because of how we built the plan. Ryan Anderson is the CEO and president of the company, and he has said specifically and repeatedly, we have to make it great for our customers and our associates, and that's how the company has stability. And so thanks to Ryan's vision and his brother and partner, not really brother, but Dave Wentz, we happen to be sitting in his office right now. But thanks to their vision and their commitment and their passion, we have things that are making it great for people to put a little bit of time and energy, and certainly a little bit of money, not a great deal of money, into a home-based business that they can duplicate, that they can share, that they can ultimately pass on to their children.
And they can do it their way.
Yeah.
And be competitive with the market. The market is huge. Amazon, Walgreens, Walmart. We're not just talking about other direct sales companies. We're talking about the global market. We're competitive with that.
We're going to jump on for our last farewell. So thanks for being with us, everybody. We appreciate your patience and you're sticking with us through the 6.5 extra minutes of Dave. I should have just let Deidre speak. That's always the recommendation. But we're thankful that you were here with us. We hope you have a great night and get ready for a great weekend, and let us know if we can do anything for you. Again, that number, I did remember, 1-855-750-9937. They're open here for another 2.5 hours, and they will be here 8 a.m. tomorrow. Again, this is Mountain Time. I'm Dave Webb, Deidre Howard. Thank you for being with us. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.